Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a Form 8K filing, which is basically a company shouting, hey, something important happened. In this case, it involves office space and a whole lot of financial promises. Will this new office be a springboard to success or just an expensive empty room? Let's find out. Before we begin decoding, if you enjoy turning complicated corporate filings into simple stories, hit that subscribe button. Also, join our Discord community linked in the description where you can chat with other finance fans. Okay, so the core of this 8K is that enGene USA, which is a part of enGene Holdings, signed a lease for a new office. They're renting about 26,335 square feet in Boston, Massachusetts. That's a pretty big chunk of space. Think about filling that with desks, computers, and maybe a ping pong table or two. The lease is set to start around June 19, 2025, and it's for 5 years and 5 months, so they're locked in for a good long while. This suggests they're planning to stick around and grow in Boston. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road, the rent. They're starting at about $168,982 a month, and it goes up to around $182,912, a dollar in expenses and real estate taxes. It all adds up quickly. This can become very serious. To make the landlord feel extra secure, enGene Holdings, the parent company, is guaranteeing the lease. They're basically saying if our US subsidiary can't pay, we've got you covered. It's like co-signing a loan for your kid. This is a big commitment for enGene Holdings, and it shows they're very serious about this new office. If the tenant cannot afford, the main company will pay all dues. Because enGene Holdings guaranteed the lease, this creates a direct financial obligation for them. This is important because it means this lease and all of its financial commitments now sit on the company's balance sheet. Potential investors and creditors will be looking at this. Okay, let's briefly touch on something else, enGene Holdings stock. Their common shares and warrants are traded on the Nasdaq stock market under the symbols enGen and enGNW. Also, it's worth noting that they're considered an emerging growth company. This means they get some breaks on certain regulations, giving them a bit more breathing room as they grow. Alright, let's step back and look at the big picture. enGene is betting big on this new Boston office. They're committing to a long-term lease with significant monthly payments, and the parent company is backing it all up with a guarantee. So what does all this mean? Well, it could mean a few things. On the one hand, it shows that enGene is confident in its future growth and sees Boston as a key location for its business. They're willing to invest a lot of money in this new office, which suggests they have big plans for expansion. However, it also carries some risks. A lease is a fixed cost. No matter how well the company does, they still have to pay that rent every month. If things don't go as planned, this could become a significant financial burden. The company will need to find a way to handle it if revenue is not as expected. Furthermore, the parent company's guarantee adds another layer of risk. If the US subsidiary struggles, enGene Holdings will be on the hook for the rent payments. This could strain their finances and impact their overall performance. Therefore, enGene needs to carefully manage this new office and make sure it generates enough revenue to justify the cost. They need to have a solid business plan in place and be prepared to adapt to changing market conditions. In my opinion, while this new office represents a significant opportunity for enGene, it also comes with considerable risks. The company needs to carefully weigh the potential benefits against the financial commitments they're making. It will be interesting to see how this plays out over the next few years. Okay, that's our breakdown of enGene's latest filing. What's your take on this new office and what it signals for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.